Hi, everybody. This is Will Faerber, and we're starting today with Darcy, Branchini, and Calvin. Calvin's a little bit, I know it's been cold there and you haven't had a chance to do a whole lot, but how has it gone in the lessons that you've been able to do?
Well, actually, the time that I did get to work him, I thought he did quite well, actually. So a couple times lunging and one time getting on him, and he was, quite pleasant. In fact, I even cantered him the day I got on him. So,
Oh, great.
um,
One,
yeah, it was good. Not for a long time, but
yeah, good. Well, we've been doing a lot. It's fantastic. All right, well, let's start with some lunging then. Get them lunged up, and we're ready to get you on.
okay. Hey, Ron, do
So,
you
a
want to?
quick little warm up on the lunge.
It's hard for me to get these side reins on with the thing.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm
there's your
just.
assistant.
What's that?
I said, there's the assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll put them up from the upper position again.
Hey, Ron, can you do the other side? Because that's the part I can't get because of that the latch being on that. It's really hard.
What we'll do is just start off without them on at all and just warm him up
Oh,
and let him
okay.
do the stretch, and then we'll put them on. That's it. So
I
cold.
find that he sort of he does appreciate that. I'm
Yeah.
going to the last one. Is that what you did? Yeah. Oh, we're not doing it yet.
Yeah. So just start
So,
there.
you think it'll stay there? That's what I usually do. Yeah. There we go. Oh, forgot about the reins. What do I do with my gloves again? I always lose my gloves. They might be in my pocket. Yeah, they are in my pocket.
Trouble with winter. All the stuff.
It is so true. I hate like how you wear coats all winter. You start to feel so bulky all the time,
I hear it.
and then you feel so free. Like that first day that you stop wearing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I actually, without just doing all the sort of Sunday chores of getting the manure bins out and that kind of stuff, and actually worked up a sweat out there and live
Come on, walk on, walk.
it.
Good boy. Okay, walk on, walk on. Good boy. Boy.
That's it. Just give a couple circles around there in the walk,
Walk on. Good boy. Walk on.
trying to get it to open up a little more when you can. We always have to think, when it's really cold, that I mean, there are some horses that come out bursting out of their skins, but I think these type of horses, the colder-blooded horses, tend to come out like this, like they're just kind of a bit stiff, and it takes them a while to get the blood flowing.
Good boy. Good boy.
That's a little more like it.
Walk on. Walk on. Good boy.
Keep trying to push his hindquarters out a little bit while you're doing that walk. See if we can get him to engage a little bit more. You can stay a little closer to him and just Keep running the lash out, just giving those little taps in that fleshy area above the hocks there. It begins to open it up. That's looking more like it.
Over. Over.
That's it. Keep trying to move those hindquarters. He's kind of trying to push them at you. So keep a little closer to you and run your lash out and give him a little tap. Of course, a little tap is a euphemism for, touch them as much as hard as you need to, within reason, of course. I never mean to just whip the horse violently, but sometimes we always have to increase the activity of the touch if we don't get a response. So the next time is a little bit stronger. The next time he doesn't respond, it's a little bit stronger. You can go ahead and ask him to trot now.
And trot. And trot. Good boy. Come on. Good boy.
Like it. We have to always expect that it's going to take a few minutes before if they've been in the cold or otherwise, before everything starts to warm up and they start to get the blood flowing, their oxygen opened up, especially with this kind of horse. Q is very much like this. It's very much a couple of days off and she doesn't want to do anything. Very kind of almost a draft mentality, if you will, to some degree. So as long as we can just keep them going a little bit stronger than they want to, that's just not letting them stop in place, it's all good as they begin to warm up and gradually get there, as opposed to just going and attacking the horse violently with the whip and trying to wake them up. Some of them just take a little bit longer. That's starting to look really good now. You can see as soon as he begins to stretch in, it starts to swing. You see that kind of pissy look in his face, starting to disappear. Very nice. Yeah, that's looking really good. Very nice. Keep that going. That is really good. Really nice swing in that shot. Now, for those of you watching, it's pretty interesting how different a horse like this can look from what you first started out, and you're just kind of stiff-legged and not bending his hocks. And once they start to swing over the back, they look quite different. More like something you'd like to ride rather than hook to a plow, if you will. Really nice now. I'll go ahead and let him walk. And then you can halt and change directions. We'll give him a little stretch the other way, just like we did there, and then we'll bring him up. Okay. And you can go ahead and trot. Notice how he still has just that initial moment when he's pulling himself. When you see the head up in the air, look, watch the footfalls and see him kind of stabbing the front legs when he does that, and kind of pulling himself along until he starts to swing, as he's starting to do here. Very nice. Good, that's really good. Really good now. And you can go ahead and let him walk and then halt, and we'll put the side reins on. That was really good.
Good job.
Pretty excellent. Notice how already his belly in that little short period of time already looks a little trimmer. The belly has come up a bit.
Good boy. Sorry, I don't have any treats on you today to give you even anything.
How's it going there?
It's just very tight in here, so it's hard to get this. There we go. I guess that is what we had in our last. Okay, ready? Walk on. Good boy.
Keep trying to get that walk a little more active. See if we can get him to soften into it without going into the trot for a moment. Going to look better. Go ahead and ask him to trot. And we can see that it takes him a moment to settle into that. We expect that to happen. He's not just totally upside down. You'll notice the side reins are attached in the upper position for those of you watching. which imitates more where our hands would be. The trouble with side reins, when we want to bring the horse up, when they're on the side, it just tends to pull the horse over and often behind the bit. So if they're ready to do this, we can put them in the upper position and they will stretch down into the contact. Now we can see that it's taking him a moment to get there, but he will in a moment. We've done this enough. He always has these few moments of, do I really have to do it? There we go. That's starting to look nice now. Very nice. Keep that going. And that's what we're looking for. And it should be just that easy. Kind of remind everybody that what we're doing here is setting this horse up to be ridden. You know, that's what lunging is all about. You know, getting the horses to the point where they have good rhythm and strong backs and have accepted contact with the bit and are ready to be ridden. Unfortunately, so many horses every year are destroyed because people get on them too soon before they have taught them anything, and they either get hurt or the horse gets hurt, or both in some cases. And that's starting to look really good. So when it starts looking like, you know, you would want it to be when you ride, then you have a good chance that maybe that will happen. And that's looking really good. Very nice. And notice how that underside of his neck is completely relaxed now. Good rhythm right there. Everything that we're looking for. That's quite a good working trot for this horse. Very nice. Keep that. Now, when you get to the wall there, ask him to canter, or to the next one, whichever. Good for you. Good. Good. Keep it going a moment. Keep it going. Keep it going. See if you can start to stretch into it a little bit more. There we go, like that. Good. Keep that going. Now ask him back to the trot. So this we did a little more than he wanted to do, and that's what we always want to do. If he breaks, seems like he's getting a little tired there of it. So come back to the trot, but always be sure that it's always your idea, that he's not breaking on his own. Really nice now. Now work him a little closer to you. So bring him in a little closer to you, so you're getting, you know, you're cutting by 5 meters or so the side, you know, the size of your circle on either side. So beginning to keep him in a little bit, keeping your whip up, asking him to move his hindquarters out just a little more. Let's see if we can position him a little more on the circle, that is hindquarters on the circle along with the hindquarter, with the forehand. Keep working that, trying to swing the hindquarters out just a little more. That's getting better. That's getting better. Now let him move back onto the larger circle again. Good. Now bring him back in toward you again. So that you've now got a meter or two inside of the walls, if you will. Like that. Good. Keep it going for a moment. You can see that it's a little more difficult for him as we make the circle smaller. Now back onto the wider circle again. Starts to kind of lose it a little bit behind, so we want to put him right back on the bigger circle again, opening up the trot. Good. Very good. Keep that. And as you come to the center line, again, ask him to walk and halt and change directions. Good.
did you say that it looked like he was starting to come behind a little bit as we brought him in?
No. He was starting to lose his back end a little bit.
Oh,
He couldn't maintain the rhythm.
because I realized I wasn't really paying attention to his front as much as I was watching his belly. Okay. Walk on. Come on. Walk. Walk. Come on. Walk. You need to get that on you. There you go.
And go ahead and ask him to trot.
Ready? And trot.
I'm doing it because he's just a little bit behind the energy there, and it's a little too difficult for him to walk.
And trot. I think ice just slid down the ceiling. Poor guy.
Woke him up.
Nothing happened. You're alive. That was kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. Come on. Kind of glad I wasn't on him.
There you go. Keep her going.
Come on, it's okay.
Keep him going.
Trot.
Keep trying to yield his hindquarters a little more to the outside.
Trot.
Mix that. Be right back. Keep it going. Stay there. Okay, how you doing, buddy?
Good boy.
That's looking more like it.
Good boy.
Keep that going. A little bit more active. Keep trying to push those hindquarters out a little bit. There we go. Better. Look at his eye on the whatever that was. And go ahead and ask him to canter as you come to the wall.
Ready? Canter.
We have a visitor, guest Damien Picardo is coming. Say hi to everybody out there, Damien. In the flesh. What's that? That's Darcy. All right, now back to a trot.
And trot.
All right, so that's getting better. Keep that going. And one more canter when you come to the other side over there again.
Ready? Canter.
Good. Back to a trot.
And trot. Good boy. Trot. Trot.
That's looking better. Keep that going for another moment. Now go ahead and walk in halts as you come to the center line there. I want to take up the side reins just a little bit and see what effect it has on him.
Okay.
You still have a little room on your side reins?
Yeah, I do. I have a
Take
few
a-
holes. How much were you thinking?
Like maybe 3, something like that. 3 holes, something like that.
It's actually what I have left, so.
Okay, let's just go that. That'll do it. Let's see if he'll come up and settle just a little more.
He's still like, what happened over there? Same side, Will?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think was the other side. I just moved that one. Changing the side ring. Okay. Ready? Come on.
Come on, Calvin.
Ready? Walk on. Come on. There's nothing to worry about. He's like, I'm
You can go ahead and ask him to shot. Let's get him moving again.
ready, go.
So I'm ready to go back to sleep.
And trot. Come on. Trot. Come on. Come on. You're being silly. Come on. Good boy.
That's right. Keep going. So you can also see, watching this with the side reins in this upper position, that they don't hold the horse's head down in any way. The horse has to be reaching into them and like he's starting to do now and beginning to seek contact with them. Otherwise, he can just put his head up in the air.
Yep, good boy. Come on.
Getting there. Keep going. Yeah, that's starting to look better. Good. Keep that going. There. Ah, it's much better now. Very good. Good. Keep that. Now let him walk again.
And walk. Good boy.
Much better. There we go. Keep that. You can go ahead and let him stop. That's actually okay.
There we go.
And go ahead and stop on the center line there. And you can go ahead and take the side reins off and let's get you up. We're not going to switch the other side. I think that was enough of that for today. But he got to a good place with that shorter side rein on that side. But let's leave it at that before you. I don't want to save some energy for you to ride there. You seem to be running out of steam a little bit. All right, good boy, Calvin.
I missed your friend. Somebody came on that was saying hello. Is that what you were saying?
What's that?
Did you say that one of your friends came on to say hi? I was kind of like in my lunging mode.
No, it was Damien just poked his head in the door. Damien said hello. He was picking up some saddles or something.
Nice.
Okay, the coat's coming off. Okay, buddy. See you later. Okay. All right, and we're off. It's off to a good start there. So let's just go large around the arena, just beginning to open up, taking that moment, of course, when we first get in the saddle, to check yourself, stretching up, be sure your saddle feels like it's sitting straight, lifting your shoulders, engaging your core, lifting your toes up and letting your legs lengthen down the sides of the horse. Always remembering that the best way to keep your leg in position. We never want to try to push our heels down. When you push your heel down, it pushes your leg out in front of you. Think of just lifting your toe up and letting your weight into your heel is a much better way to think about it. And just keep that going, trying to open it up a little bit down the long side. Keep that going. Very nice. It's starting to show some good activity. Go ahead and keep that going down the long side. When you get up to the other end, we will turn by the center line and leg heel to the left. A little more active, try to get that a little bit more. So if you feel like he's just kind of nosing out and everything is flattening underneath you, ask for a little more active walk. Good, that's coming nicely. I don't know if Ron can hear me or not, but the telephoto is not working very well. You're staying just like a tiny little thing at the end of my picture here. I don't know if Ron's around there. It maybe needs to be adjusted or something.
He's in the barn, but typically he listens. So.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, we can still see you. It's just that it's not really following you in terms of enlarging as you're going large. But I can see you enough, so don't worry about it. And keep him going. Once again, activating the walk a little more active. And then let's do a shoulder 4 down the next long side. As we do the shoulder 4, we try to bring the pole up a little bit as we control the position of the outside line of the body with the outside rein. Always remember when you're going to the shoulder in, your shoulder is going to come around a little bit. So your outside shoulder is coming around as the horse's outside shoulder stays in advance, since it is as though you are on a circle. As you begin to send him down the rail in the shoulder 4. Work for a little more angle. Could open a little bit more angle. There you go. That's more like it. Keep that. Now soften him a little bit, not only with your inside, but with the outside rein at times. Like that. Very nice. That's straightened about nicely. Keep that walk. That's very good right there. Keep that. Around the circle here. They kind of flattened a little bit, stretch yourself up. Give a little tap with your whip and see if we can get him to step up into the reins just a little bit more and bring us back up underneath you on the circle there for a moment. Now try to go a little more shoulder 4 on the circle. So you bring his hindquarters a little bit to the outside. Give him a little tap and see if you can generate a little more energy out of him. Keep working that. Get a little more shoulder 4. Keep your circle wide. So don't let him just turn into the center. We want to be on that big circle, but we want the forehand coming in a little bit, but not the hindquarters. So try that again, stretching up. Bring both hands to the right a little bit more. So your hands are coming to the right and they're bringing the shoulder, your outside range, bringing the shoulder off the rail a little bit or controlling it. And of course, you have to give and take when you're doing this. So at any time it becomes stiff and rigid. Ask for a little more activity. Again, tapping with your whip there a little bit, getting to step up underneath you a little bit more. There you go. That's looking better there. You got a little more flexion there. Keep that. Go ahead and go large again, kind of flattened out there as you crossed over the center line. Try to make it a little more active. Now turn by the center line again and leg yield again to the left. Better. I'm going to step over. Yes, that's better there. Good. Keep it going. but now begin to turn across onto a circle now. So circle right from where you are right now. But make the circle a little smaller than the width of the arena. Let's say 15 meters. So go to the second quarter line. So just to get you to begin to work with that outside rein a little more. Remember to keep softening him with outside rein. So your shoulder, once again, keep trying to move the hindquarters and swap his end so that we get the hindquarters out on the same circle as the forehand. Try that again. So think more about bringing him a little more shoulder fore on the circle. The walk is just a little bit lazy today, but right there. There you go. Now you're starting to get something. Now you start to get it. Try that. Once again, you kind of fell to the inside then. So once again, make the hindquarters move to the outside. See if you can keep the forehand where it is and move the hindquarters to the outside. So you can see now his shoulders are outside the forehand again. He swapped around on you again. So once again, be a little more active with your whip behind your leg. Be a little more demanding of him listening to you. He's just kind of ignoring you. He just kind of ignores you at times. Now a little more active in the walk. Now I want to just go ahead into a trot. His walk is just a little bit ponderous today. I want to go ahead and get him moving a little bit more actively in the trot. So whenever you're ready on a circle there, let's just let him stretch in the trot and get him moving a little more actively, and then we'll come back to the walk again, although that's looking better there. So just concentrate on getting him moving forward in that rising trot active. Just stay on a circle until he begins to stretch into it and we get it a little more consistently moving. Getting better. Keep it going. A little tap of your whip there behind your leg. Just keeps wanting to kind of die on us here a bit. You okay? Maybe he needs to. Doesn't seem to be going. Let's have that look about him. Probably will soon. And go ahead and stay on the circle. Keeping that going. We're going to get the stretch in before we can do anything else. Just keeping it active enough. Keep trying to send the hindquarters a little bit outside. Like that. Good. It's getting this starting to look better. Keep it going. That. And again, hindquarters a little more outside. A little bit reluctant about that today. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Don't give in. Keep it going. Just kind of use that open leading rein a little bit more on your inside hand. Just let your right hand open to the inside and just soften. There you go. Now you're starting to get it. A little more active again, tapping with the whip behind your leg. And once again, that open leading rein, which will also help you to sweep his hindquarters a little bit to the outside. So keep giving him little taps with that whip, trying to move the hindquarters more outside until he engages that inside hind leg a little more. Keep it going. Keep going. Keep going till we get there. You can do it. Keep it going. Tap again. All right. Good. Keep it going. There we go. Starting to look like something. A little better. Keep it. There we go. Tap. All right, keep going. And again, trot. And once again, just keep softening him with that open leading rein. So you're just giving and taking a little bit while you're trying to move those hindquarters to the outside with your inside leg. There you go. And we get something like consistent stretch. Keep it going. Tap again. Keep it going. Tap again. Keep it going. Keep going. Now go ahead and go large down the long side this time. Just keep it active going away from you. There we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Keep that. Good. That's getting better. Go large. Keep that. Keep opening up the trot down the long side. We always have to get the motor going before we're going to get the horse's body working correctly. We've got to just get that flow going. As long as they're trying to stop on you all the time, there's not much we can get done. Keep that. Now go ahead and circle here again. Whatever spooked him before. Okay. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Tap again. Keep going. So we get the stretch. Nothing else. There we go. Like that. There. That's looking better. Good. Keep that. Now go large. Keep that. That's like there. Right there. Good. Keep that. I'd always be able to get that before we can do anything else. Very nice. Now go ahead and change the rein across the next diagonal and just keep him in that stretch if he'll stay there. Keep him going. It's right on by here. Horses want to spook at things. You want to just keep them bent a little away from it and keep going. Go to the center and again, circle there in the center. See if we can get the stretch happening in the circle. And again, trying to move the hindquarters to the outside a bit more. Tap again. Tap. Just being a bit resistant there. There we go. Good. Keep that. Keep him going. Keep him going. Tap. That's getting better. Good. There. Good. Good. Now. Keep that. Keep that. Good. Keep that. Good now. Finally, there. Cut. Okay? Keep that till we get the stretch again. I was just about to bring him back to a walk. As soon as I get the stretch one more time, there we go, like that, like that. Now let him walk. So it's your idea rather than his. And just walk on the circle there for a moment and see if he does want to relieve himself. So always remembering that the only thing that's really important in training every day is that we get the horse to light up its top line. That's what makes the big difference in the long run. Whether we get other fancier things done is not really important, but getting the horse over its back every day is what is important. So maybe he didn't get enough riding this week or whatever. Said you only got to him a couple of times. But we always have to remember that no matter what else, that has to be there. So we don't get anything else done in a day, but just getting him swinging over his back. It seemed a little bit out of energy today, not quite as energetic as we've seen him in the last few lessons for whatever reason. But Cole takes it all out of him. That's really good now in the walk. We finally have a good walk. Keep that. I'm stretching out in front of you, keeping that active. Now prepare to trot and go right up into that trot again, just reestablishing the stretch in the trot. Now that we gave him a little rest. And right away, active again, tap. Get him right back there again. All right, it's good. Keep that, a couple more steps. Good. Now walk again. So what we want to do here is just now go ahead and walk large. You can go ahead from where you are now and change on the diagonal. Just take the diagonal line over to the left. Keep him moving. So it's so important that we end those, like that moment like that. We're not quite done yet, but we're going to do that a couple of times here. But then he gets the idea that, oh, I got to come back and walk when I got the stretch. So we reward that good behavior. Prepare to trot again and right up into a working trot, into that, not a working trot, but a stretch in the trot, a working trot in the stretch, if you will, as quickly as we can. Good, like that. Good job right there. Very nice. Keep that active. Keep it. Keep that. Good job. Keep it that active, Tap. Very nice. Keep it there. And back to the trot and the stretch again. Right there again, all the way there. Keep going. There you go. All right, and back to the trot. Good, and again, keep that going. The stretch, like that. Good now, like there. Keep that going. A little bit deeper for another stride or two there. Good, good, good. Keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it, keep it right there. Now let him walk again. Now go right away, turn left and change the rein again. And as you come to the center line, right back into the trot again on a big circle there. That's better. That's coming much quicker now. That. Yep. Keep going. Time again, same thing. Keep going. There we go. There, good. Now walk again. Change the rein on the diagonal. Good, keep that going. When you get to the center line right there, you can start the trot to the right again. And just when you reach the rail, start to circle. Good. Keep it going. See how quickly we can get back to that same place. Again, a little more active. Tap. Good. Good. Like that. Good. Keep it. Good there. Good. Keep that. Good there. Keep that. Like that. Keep it. Now bring him up in the reins. So I want you to shorten your reins and bring him up a little more into a working trot. See if we can get there. So remember, it's mostly about just limiting the length of the rein, keeping your hands steady while you keep him active, like that. Really good. Now you're getting it. Good. Good. Keep it. 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 Keep that. Good. Good. Now stretch him all the way down again. Good. Good. Right there. Now walk. You're doing fine. Go ahead and take the diagonal from where you are now and turn left. So we change directions again, like that.
I feel like I get whiplash every time I ask him for a walk.
Very good. Now coming on down the long side, go large. Keep that. Good. And as you come to the center, start to turn off the rails. So you're going to make a circle, but then start him right into the trot. Much better walk now. And right back into the stretch. Good. 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 There. Good. Keep that. Up. Let it slow down. Keep it. Keep it. Couple more steps up.
Ron, can you not like crouching down?
There we go. Like that. Good job. Right there. Good. Now go ahead and let him walk again. And back into the stretch and the walk. Lots of moments there like that. Good. And come on, go large. Down the long side. Very nice. And you can stop on the center line there and dismount. And let's talk about that. So that was a good place that you got to in the end of that. And once again, all that was all that you could do. He didn't have quite the energy that we've seen in the last few lessons for whatever reason, because it's cold, because it warmed up, who knows, they wear themselves out there. But you see that approach of just not letting him ever think that he's going to get done by just stopping and going hollow, how much quicker it started to come. Once he just understood, like, I'm not going to walk till I get the stretch going. So that's a little bit of reverse psychology kind of thing there. And once you, again, got a good job of getting here. And he came up pretty nicely into that working trot the one time we did it. I just felt like there wasn't enough force there to really try to push that again in the other direction. Seemed like we were running out of steam there. But that's just the way it is and how it has to be every day. And once again, that thing of realizing that, whenever we don't get what we think we want, it's that idea of, lighting them up every day, just getting that done. Every time you just get that done, you're another step forward, because it's never, these are not machines that we turn on and they're going to work perfectly the same every time. We're always dealing with this thing of their condition as it goes on. And as you've seen with him, it used to take a long time for him to settle down. Now he might be pissy for a moment or two, but he gets over it and gets into the stretch and gets himself there. But that's just the way it is. And we have to ride the horse we have on every given day. So any questions today? I can't quite hear you. Yeah, you're.
No, I don't.
There you go.
Questions. Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I can now. Yeah.
But it was really useful to have you take me through that, like where he was today and how to get to a good place. And that really useful exercise of going back to the walk every time he stretched, and finding that reward. Yeah.
So finding something on any given day that we can do that it isn't either overtaxing the horse or yourself. But I think what you begin to see, and what your experience made at the time, that people have these ideas because if you ride horses that aren't over the backs, they're always difficult in the mouth. So people have, or now today have this idea that you have to do all this stuff with your hands to try to get the horse on the bridle. And if the horse has been trained correctly, all you have to do is quiet your hands. As Nuno Oliveira used to say, the best hands in the world just work like a pair of side reins. If your hands are still there, the horse is going to stretch into them if it has been trained to do so. Now, if it hasn't been trained to do so, then you're going to have a big fight on your hands. And that's where, there are people who get very good at breaking down horses' resistance, but they end up with a hollow horse with a broken jaw. That is, they overflex the lower jaw or bend them in the neck or whatever they get to get them what they think is on the bridle. Because, if their back simply isn't there lifted enough, they simply can't get on the bridle. And any amount of fighting is really not going to make it happen in any way that's meaningful and helpful, to your success in the future. So great work today. I hope everybody enjoyed that. If Ron is still there, Ron, the telephoto was not working. The Zoom wasn't working. Are you still there?
Yeah, he's here.
So if it's on, there's something you can do about that. So she wasn't, as she went large, it just the picture stayed kind of small. So a little hard to see. So if there's something you can do about that.
I'll see if it's what the deal is with it. May
Okay.
not be plugged in. Correct.
So we take a little 5-minute break,
Yep.
and we'll see you back here very shortly. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And we are live.
All right, everybody, we're back with Ron and Source Duke. How's it gone? I know you haven't done a whole lot, but give us a little rundown on what's happened in the last week.
Haven't done a ton. I'm just wondering why this watch isn't working. It's been super cold out, so we haven't really been able to really work on it. Last I rode him was on Sunday, and he was okay. I did walk trot with him, but his trot was slow, and then it's hard for me to keep him going. So I don't know if it was just that we've been having this crazy flux of weather. It was like hot, cold, hot, cold. You know what I mean? So, but his on the lunge line was good, and then hand work was good. It's just under saddle is not.
Okay. Well, let's start with a little lunging today.
I'm gonna have to switch this watch out, so just give me a second. Yeah, for some reason it didn't hold its charge. Come here, buddy.
That's one of the issues that I'm noticing with my system is that some of the things are not holding. All of a sudden, they're running out of juice very quickly.
Yeah.
Those little beacons and stuff. Now, I think you have yours permanently wired in, don't you?
Yeah, I plugged all my beacons in, and I've got 2 of the watches. So, hey, what are you doing? Come here. It's not a carrot. I'm gonna have to see if this is going to center itself or not. I might have to do a quick reset here.
Okay.
Can you hold him for a second? Pixio's having some issues. So this will be a good lesson on how to center your Pixio if you have one.
There you go.
So what I'm doing is I'm using the little buttons on the back to position the camera so it's centered in the ring again.
Darcy's got her snow pants on again, it looks like.
Well, it's crazy windy out right now, which is
nuts. It's just weird here. It's 75 degrees. It's just all of a sudden it's summer. We're having a summer day outside.
All right, so I centered it in the room, and now I'm basically just standing in front of the camera and the Pixio, and I turn this on, and it should pick it up.
There it goes. There we go.
And I'm going to put this other one on the charger, so
okay.
In case that one dies, we could do a switch over. I just think the problem is that it's just too cold.
Yeah.
Okay, getting back to my week. Not very productive, just cold.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we have today. Stop. did give me a little bit of a buck when I went into a trot last week, or the last time I rode him too. So he was kind of, I don't know what his deal was, but we shall see.
You're gonna just go ahead and start on the lunge with the lunging.
What's that?
I said you can start with lunging.
Oh, you want to start with lunging? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just to save a little time. And I know he's going to do that well. Let's get him going on the lunge and see how he's going to go for you under saddle.
And no idea why he's coughing.
Oh.
Ridiculous. Come here, bud. Okay, stop. Now, if you hold him, I'll get this on. You hold him.
Does he cough without the bit in his mouth?
Yeah, it's pretty much, I think I don't know. I'm kind of perplexed. I mean, we've had them, you know, they've done different tests. They really didn't find anything like respiratory, except I don't know if it's just they picks up dust from the shavings. We've changed the type of shavings we use. Different hay, the hay is being steamed, you know, for some of the stuff. So it's like, and it's not always. It's just once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could be just the weather too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, the hay we got is really good hay right now. So it's
Nice
quality.
What do you guys pay for a bale of hay back there?
$8.
$8.
But they're large bales. They're 75-pound bales, so they're a little bit longer than the normal bale that you get around here. And it ranges. I mean, you could find decent hay sometimes, depending on the year, for about $5 a bale. You know.
That's like the one and probably only benefit of us being here versus San Diego, right?
That's it.
A lot of grass.
Stuff is crazy expensive out here.
I don't even know how to do it. Like, it's got to be so hard to have a horse.
Expensive. It's become very expensive.
Yeah, we were blown away that we were paying $8.
Yeah, well, here it's between $24 and $30 for a bale of hay, depending on what you do. Yeah.
I heard 20 before, and I thought that was a lot of money, but 30.
Yeah. Well, is what it is. Of course, it all has to be trucked from somewhere because they don't grow it here, so that's the problem.
Yeah. Do your horses waste any hay? Because our horse is all, well, Reese's the really guiltiest one, but he wastes a lot of hay.
No, well, those automatic feeder things we have are great because they don't. There's almost no waste. They're wonderful.
All right, we'll see what we got today.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of expensive, but in the long run, what it saves you, and that you only have to do the feeding really once a day. You know, that you fill it up, and so far they've worked pretty fantastically. Especially for people having horses on their own. That's starting out pretty good. Nice little walk there to start off with.
Come on, walk on.
So just refreshing everybody's memory, Duke is a horse that Ron got. How long have you had him now? About 4 or 5 months? Like
towards the middle of August.
Middle of August.
Come on, trot. You're going to trot? We're going to trot.
Very nice. Starting to get there already.
Yeah, it's going to take them a minute to get warmed up, I think.
Yeah. The same thing with that cold. You can see that they're kind of just, their muscles are all bunched up. Just keep trying to yield the hindquarters a little more until we start to get the stretch, so it's coming. The more you get the hindquarters to move out in the circle a little bit, the more we engage that inside hind leg, and the sooner he's going to be working over spec.
Drop.
Keep trying to give him little touches there in that fleshy part of his butt there. Yeah, it's getting better.
Come on. Drop. That's it.
Getting better. Keep it going.
Come on. Try it on.
Good. That's more like it. There we go. We're getting there.
Come on.
Now, as you go ahead and ask him to canter now as you come to the wall over here.
Yep. Canter. Canter. Canter.
Good.
Canter. 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 Canter.
It's getting better. Keep it going.
Canter.
Good.
Canter.
Now back to the trot.
And trot.
Now bring him a little closer to you. Keep your whip up and try to get him to yield his hindquarters just a little more on the circle. So think of keeping him inside the rail on both sides. So think of coming in like a meter or so on each side. So you're consciously shortening the circle a little bit like that, as you can begin to push the hindquarters out around you a little bit more. Just keep running your lash out, just giving him little touches till he starts. Doesn't take much, but if you keep at it, the horse will start to move. Like that, there, much better. And again, tap, again, every time he comes back and sucks back. Like that, that's more like it. Good now. Keep that, good. Much better. So once again, getting that idea of why we are lunging and what we're looking for. So we're looking for the horse to get to that point where, if we're still having to push a horse on the end of a lunge line, we're certainly going to have to do that when we get on them as well. So getting them to that point in the lunge where they just lock into the rhythm and go, that's what we're always looking for, because that's why we want them to go when we ride them. Once they get that idea of feel the swing and keep that going, that's looking much, much better now. Yeah.
Drop. Come on, drop.
Very nice. Yeah. Keep that. Good job. Now let him walk as you come to the center line and change directions. Of course, halting first. Now that got to a good place.
Good boy. And oh. That's it. You're done for the day.
Okay,
I'm finished. That's it. Had enough.
go back. However, if you did quit right there, you would have at least gotten the horse over the back. So
Yep.
if you did need to stop right there, you would have done what you needed to do for the day, if you kind of think of it that way, if you will. Not that we're going to, but that's what needs to happen every day, is just get them to light up that top line. It doesn't have to be for an hour, you know. A few minutes is all that it takes.
Come on. Move out. Move out. Come on. Move out. Move out.
That's why it's so much better, you know, if your time is limited, it's better to work 10 minutes a day, you know, and get the horse really doing what you want it to do, than to try and do it all in a day. You can go ahead and ask him to trot. Let's get him moving a little bit. When they're slow and it's cold like this and the walk is very ponderous, it's, you know, and of course they're not acting excited or something like that. It's kind of horse. They're fine to go on in.
Trot. Come on.
There we go. That's better.
Trot.
That's better.
Come on.
Hey.
Trot. Come on.
That's getting better. Keep that going.
Come on.
Nice. That's more like it.
Come on, buddy.
Good. There we go. Now, as you come to the rail here, as he gets that stretch, go ahead and ask him to canter.
Canter. Canter.
And just keep it going.
Canter.
Keep it
Canter.
going.
Canter.
Good.
Canter.
Keep it going. Much better. Keep it going.
Canter.
Keep it going. See if we can get it one more time. Good. That's getting
Canter.
better. Keep it going.
Canter. Canter.
Now back to the trot again. And then immediately ask him to canter again on the correct lead. Ask him to canter again.
Yep.
That's better trot now. That's looking
Canter.
better. Good. And now back to the trot. So that was your idea.
And trot. And trot.
Good. That. That's more like it.
Trot.
Keep that.
Trot.
Very nice now. Very good.
Trot.
Keep that. Good. Keep that.
Trot.
Very nice now. That's more like what we're looking for. Now it starts to look like it's swinging kind of on its own. You're not having to keep whipping all the time so much. Really nice right there. That's what we want.
Trot.
Excellent. And now let him walk.
And walk. Walk.
Very nice. And you can halt on the center line and mount up. That got to a really good place there.
Yep. Halt.
Let's see if I'm stopping and I want to have a little horse left for you to ride here. Let's see what happens. Good boy, Duke.
Okay, bud. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy.
Suck it in there, Duke.
It's not like it's super tight, but
Right.
hey, buddy. Come on. Darcy got me these black breeches for Christmas. I feel like I'm a ninja wearing all black. No, don't be walking back. Take a step forward, buddy. Come on. Take a step forward. Oh, right there.
Whoa.
Western style.
What happened there?
You stepped back when I got into the stirrup. That's hilarious. Okay, buddy. Come on, walk on.
All right.
It's like I'm using, on a Western saddle with really short stirrups.
Right. Oops, what happened here? Can you hear? Oh, no, there you are. There you're back. We lost a picture for a minute, but it came back, so we're good. Oh, good. And now this one it's following you, so it seems to be working now. And just keep trying to open up that walk. If we just go large, just looking to find that place where the walk just kind of swings on its own. We don't feel like we have to work for every stride. Or at least that's what our goal is.
Walk on.
Just keep trying to open up the walk down the long side. See if we can get a little more active step. That's getting more like it. There we go. Starting to stretch out in front of you a little bit. Keep that going. Go ahead and turn after the center line here and leg yield to the left.
Come on, walk on.
It's coming. A little more hindquarters, just kind of leave. There you go. Now you're starting to get, like, that's better. Now you just kind of threw the shoulder out again. So let's try to get the hindquarters to move over. So he moves over a little more in the whole horse, so to speak, rather than just kind of throwing the shoulder out. Let's do that again down the center line. Try to get a little more activity out of the back end, keeping his outside line a little more parallel to the rail so he doesn't just pop the shoulders out. If we can. That's getting better. Keep that going. Keep it going to the rail. That's it. Now just on a circle here now. Start him on a circle from where you are now. And let's just see if we can activate the walk, get a little more active and get him into something like a stretch. See if we can keep it a little more active. Use that open leading rein on the inside. Let's let your right hand come to the inside. So you take up the contact with the rein by just moving your hand out to the inside. So you just sort of feel that slack gone. You can just feel a little light contact with his mouth. But this, of course, is never a backwards tension. It's getting better. You can get a little bit more. Another tap of your whip there behind your legs. Still need to get more walk out of him. Good, that's getting a little better there. Keep that. Go ahead and go large again. And again, tapping behind your leg to just start to build some energy in it. Now, when you get to the center of the door there, go ahead and ask him to trot and go large. Of course, now, if he did buck with you the other day, just keep your hands steady. So always keeping your chest lifted and shoulders back in case something like that happens. We always have to be prepared for it.
Trot.
It's getting better.
Come on. Trot.
little bit reluctant here today. Just go ahead and go large. See if you can just keep going large, opening it up.
Drop. Drop.
There we go. That's more like it.
Come on. Drop. 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 See, this is the problem that I was having last time.
Yeah. Go ahead and try again.
Yep. Just trying to get him
Yep.
walking a little bit.
Let's see.
Okay. Drop. Come on. Drop.
That's better.
Drop. Come on. Drop. Now drop. Buck.
All right. Actually, just go ahead and stop there and dismount. Let's put him back on the lunge line.
Okay. Yeah, he does this thing where he does the trot buck thing.
Yeah. Now that becomes pointless.
I was able to get him to go in the other direction for a couple times around, then I stopped and we got into a good place.
Yeah.
So, but
And we don't need the side range. Just get your line.
Yep.
This is going to be more of a exercise in him answering the call, if you will.
too much stuff, Duke.
But for whatever reason, I mean, Calvin was quite slow today too.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The weather that you guys are experiencing or something that got him a little bit worn out.
I don't know if it's that. I mean, it's not like they're running around. I know that the cold will take some energy out, but they are eating a lot of hay and they got nice blankets on them, so it's not like they're freezing out there. And they got shelter, and they got.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they're fine, but I'm just saying, relatively speaking, just it does have an effect on them.
So I'm going to put you going the same direction we were just having a problem with there, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Okay.
So what I want you to do now is just, start him in the walk. Get on your circle there. You can be fairly close to him.
Yep.
And what we're going to do is just kind of wake him up. You're going to hit him a little bit harder with the whip than you've been doing. I want you to get back where you can give him, you're just going to say trot once and you're going to run the lash out and give him a good pop with it in the fleshy part of his buttocks there. And just get him to jump forward and wake up to the call, so to speak, a little bit.
Move out.
Even if it's only for a few moments, but just him. Yeah, you've got to be a lot stronger when you ask. So I want the touch to be, you ask him to trot and boom, you give him a good pop in that fleshy buttocks there. Just get him to wake up and answer the call a little bit.
Trot.
Go ahead and try that.
Trot.
Now again, I want you to get him really active, like right away. Tap him again a few times if you have to. Just wake him up. If he canters, whatever he does, like that, just to get him out of his stupor, like that. There you go. Now let him come back to a trot again.
And trot.
That's looking better. That's more like it already. There we go. Keep that. There, good. Keep that. Good. Now walk again. Much better trot.
Walk. And walk.
Now remember, get all that excitement out of your voice. So when you go back to wanting to walk, and walk.
And walk.
Good. Now then walk where you stride. We're going to do the same thing. So when I ask you to trot, I want you to just say trot. Just say trot one time. And then if he doesn't move instantly as you say it, I want you to tap him quite strong. Just like you did. If you have to do it a couple of times, so he just kind of wakes up and pops forward.
Okay.
And go ahead and do it again.
Trot.
So right away, get after him a little bit. Right away, make him get active again. A little more, like that. Make him get active. Canters a little bit, no big deal. It's fine. Just needs to wake up out of his little stupor there a little bit. And back to a trot again.
And trot.
Stay with him. Tap him with the whip again. A little more active now. Keep it. That's more like it. So they're all a little bit level of the sensitivity. It can be, and they can start to take advantage of you. You know, the ones that are a little slower, like him and Calvin, they're thinkers. You know. And now walk again.
And walk. And walk. Walk on.
Good. As soon as you start to come to the wall, again, the same thing. You're just going to say trot to him once, and then you're just going to go after him a little bit until he pops forward.
Trot. Trot.
That's it. Tap him again a couple of times. As long as he's got those ears sucked back, I don't keep canters or whatever. I want him to just move off for a minute, like that. Open him up. That's it. Good. Keep that now. Now, being just a little more aggressive, as you will. Just keep your whip up, keep tapping in, make those hindquarters move to the outside of that circle and really show me an active trot, like that. If he canters a little bit, now make him go faster in the canter. So if he gives you that lazy canter, don't be happy with that. Make him give you more than that in the canter. Like that. Now bring him back to the trot. So always a little more than he wants to give you with a lazy horse like that. Now back to a trot again. Stretching back into it again. Good. Like that. Good. Keep it. Now stay with him. There's a little bit more active. I want to push a little more power there. So stay right with him, keeping your whip up, little taps in those hindquarters so they really see him push. Like this. He really starts to lift himself. A little more. He wants to canter. Now make him canter faster. So get after him again and make him bigger canter. Open up the canter. Come on, go with it. Get after him.
Canter.
You might have to run a little bit. Make him open up. Come on, run with him. Get your whip up. Make him open up that canter like that. He's not always sucking back. There you go. I want him to wake up like that. Okay. Now bring him back to a trot. I mean, sometimes we kind of have to wake some of these horses up out of their, kind of sleepiness, if you will. Now back to a trot again.
And trot.
That's more like it. Keep that now. Good trot now. Keep that. Good. Like that. Very good. Good. Keep that trot. That's more like it. Now walk again. Much better trot.
And walk.
Like that. Good job. No cruel it. And now same procedure again. Ask him to trot. Now send the canter on faster. Make him move faster in the canter. He's sucking back. So bigger canter. He's cantering the wrong move, but that's all right. Make him work on it. It'll make him work like that. That's good. Doing a counter canter like that. Now back to a trot again.
And trot. And trot.
There we go. Back into that active stretch. Now stay right with him there, walking with him there. Keep that activity like that. That's more like it. There. Keep that. Really good now. Now let him walk again.
And walk.
And now ask him to halt and change directions.
And who?
Now that trot got much better, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to remember, I mean, horses are very smart. And when they start, if they see, a little bit of a hole in us, in other words, like he was doing, just kind of quitting on you and, I can't do anything. But, once again, if he were really dead and you did what you did, it wouldn't have had any effect. I mean, but you did enough to kind of get his attention, if you will.
Yep.
And that got him going. Sometimes we have to do that. I mean, it's not like, once again, I'm not advocating that you whip him half to death or that you hit him so hard you cut him. But, you know, you do have to, the intensity is why I tell people to practice with the whip, because, you know, you have to be able, you want to be able to put it right where you want it, but with enough intensity when you need it that, you know, once again, you get the desired effect.
Yep.
So now we're going to do the same thing this way. As you come around to the center line, same thing, asking him to trot. And right away, don't be satisfied with that.
Trot.
Get after it right now. Tap him hard a couple of times. That's it. If he does that, that's okay. Now bring him back to a trot. So you woke him up.
And trot.
Now bring him back to a trot.
And trot.
Good. Now we have something a little more like it. Like that. Keep that going. So walk with him once again. Keep that whip up. Keep him active like that. He starts really focusing his energy. Make him canter strong. He's on the wrong lead. A little stronger. Get after him with the whip. Come on, open it up. Make him open it up more. He's on the wrong lead, but that's okay. Now bring him back to a trot again. That's it. You got him everything he wanted to give you. So we can't let him just canter a lazy canter, because then that's the same thing as stopping.
Trot.
So whatever he offers, we have to make him work a little harder at. There, like that. Keep that big swing in it now. Like this. There. That's more like it. Now walk again.
And walk. And walk.
That's the way.
I gotta tap that stirrup real quick.
Yeah.
And ho. Walk. Walk. And ho. That stirrup on the inside dropped. See, Duke, all the fun you're having now?
Yeah.
Okay, walk on. Nope, gotta move out there, dude. Move out. Move out.
Like it.
Trot.
Go ahead and trot. Stronger than he wants to. There you go. Go ahead and canter. Canter him faster. Faster. Come on, make him open it up. He doesn't get to just go and do a lazy canter like that. He has to work a little harder than he wants to. Now come back to a trot again.
And trot.
That's more like it. That. Good. Good. Much better. Now ask him to canter.
Canter.
Good. And ask him to open up the canter. You have to run with it a little bit. So he gives you more canter than he wants to. Like that. A little more. A little more. No, just like that. Keep it going. Keep it going. There you go. So he starts to stretch that neck out in front of him. Good. Now trot again.
And trot.
Really good. That's more like it. Now just sustain that, keep it going, keep walking with him, keep your whip up so you're ready to keep that hindquarters moving out away from you, and keep that good strong trot right there. That's more like it. Now we have something. Keep that. That's more like it. Keep it. Don't let it start to flag. Keep it right where it is. The same level of intensity every step, a couple times around. Stays right there. Very good. 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 Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Right there. Good. Now, as he comes to the center line, ask him to halt.
And walk. And ho. Ho.
Very nice.
Good boy.
Very well done. That got to a great place. Now that's where we're going to stop for today. So what we saw here, I think after seeing that, I think you've just been a little too nice to him. He's starting to take a little advantage, you know, but you can see that when you got a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, but it is that a little bit in the sense that, you know, you emphasize that no, you're going to have to do this now. And we're strong enough to make him do it. Once again, if he were just dead, you wouldn't be able to get it. You wouldn't have been able to gotten there. I mean, with the amount that you did, you know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't like you were scaring him or beating him to death, but you got it to a level where he actually started paying attention to you rather than just kind of, once again, as I said, it's not more work if he goes into a slow canter. So when he does that thing of breaking into canter, in fact, don't even bring him back to the trot. Make him canter even stronger until he does, and then bring him back to the trot. Yep. You know, so he doesn't, because once again, the horse can give you a lazy canter that's much less work for the horse than it is to do a good trot. That's why they break into a canter like that. He tries to give you that lazy kind of on the front end kind of canter until he starts swinging through. So a few lessons like that before you get back on him again, where he's just really answering the call and keep that kind of power in the trot. Because I know now after seeing that he can do it. He's just started to play with you, games with you a little bit mentally, you know, in terms of, oh, do I really have to do it? And you're a nice enough guy that he's kind of talking you out of it a little bit. But once again, if with the amount of effort that you made to get him to go, that wasn't a lot. It wasn't like you were having to whip him. You just had to get a little more powerful in what you were doing and demand it, so to speak. But the man was justified because he's capable of doing it. Once again, if you'd done that and he's still like you're whipping him and nothing's happening, we would know the horse was dead, right? But if we can wake him up with that little bit and get him to spark up, you know, and sometimes like Q's kind of that way. Like she has to give a good buck and then all of a sudden she sparks and her mind comes on gear. But she's kind of one of those a bit like him where she's you know, until they wake up, you know. Because we want to ride horses when they, I don't know if you saw that spook I put up with my horse the other day with Q, but you know, she's kind of that, oh, and then they wake up and then they give you a big explosion when they suddenly wake up. That's why we want them awake all the time, you know, exactly. So they're not waking up out of their stupor and deciding to buck us off, you know, or something to that effect. So we're working with the real horse. Any questions today? That was really good, though. Got to a good place. But
I'll keep working them the way we were. And to be honest with you, it didn't really take much to get him up there.
Yeah, it did.
You know, his whip sensitivity. I mean, half the time I just raised the whip and he was going forward after the first time I gave him a tap. And it was just a light tap. It wasn't even very hard.
Yeah. So, he just had to know you were serious about it.
So yeah, I'll start being a little bit more assertive in my asking for the different the walks and the trots and stuff like that, just to get him to move forward a little bit more. And then
exactly, so he wakes up like that. Even if he does give you a little kick out or whatever the case may be, you know, he needs to know that we can ask him to come online, you know, without it being, you know, an hour-long deal just to get him to move. So. All very, very good. All right, I'll see you guys. Do you want us to go back to Thursday? You want to keep on this Sunday?
We'll shoot for Thursday. We'll see what the weather's like. I'll touch it. If it's going to be in the 20s, then it's just going to be too tough. Like right now, it's actually comfortable in here. It's like 30. After running around, it's like 32 degrees. But when it's, you know, 20 outside, and it's good. It's just too tough, you know.
Exactly. All right, my brother. You guys, great work today. I know it's a tough one for both of you, having to get after these two a little bit, you know, but we both got to a good place by the end of it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you very soon. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I hope you are all taking away things that can help you with your own horses by watching these lessons. Look forward to seeing you guys again very soon. Thanks so much. You guys have a great day, Ron, Darcy.
You too. We'll talk to you this week.
Will do. Bye-bye. Thanks.